I just wanted to share a little conversation that I had with the guides yesterday. It did take a little bit of the pinch out of things for me, so I figure if it helped me a little bit, it might help you too. I was talking to them about this whole general sense of, for me, I feel like I'm always working. I feel like I'm either in my service work, which I am so humble and fulfilled by, and like, don't get me wrong that this is I'm always working. Like, that's not it. It's just an awareness that there's a lack of sort of balance, that I'm always working in service or I'm working on myself, and working in service and working on myself. And what's the common word there? I'm always working. And feeling really uninspired, and or things just aren't clicking when I try to co-create something different. So the creative outlets that I typically go to that are like my escape, my fun, my creative flow, my expression, feels flat to me. When I think about traveling, co-creation, collaboration, both on a professional and a personal level, and I just kind of like look at all the players, the opportunities, the places. Italy's been on my heart for so long. And I feel into any of it. It's like there's no flow. There's no synchronicity. There's no alignment there. Not yet. So that's what I was saying to them. I'm like, okay, I'm not negotiating. I'm not looking to be rescued. Like I, did all my little disclaimers. I'm not arguing with you, but I'm just not understanding why there isn't more of a balanced dance of like, how much more of service could I be if these other areas of my life were also being fulfilled and filled, and there was co-creative flow that was coming sort of from all different directions. How much more in service could I be if that were the case? And how much more in alignment could I be if that were the case? And how much more joy and feeling of alive would I feel as a human if that were the case? So I was just kind of talking to them about it. Like what is going on? Is this something I'm doing? Am I missing something? What is happening? So I've more than set the stage now. And what they said was that the level of consciousness that I operate from, and this would be for some of you as well, and the frequency that I hold, that it's a really integrate, I can't get that word out today. Integrate. It's a tiny balance, microscopic-y. It's like somebody pull out a thesaurus, please. Intricate balance. I think that was the word. That if I were to sort of push together going on a trip or something like that, if I were to, in a very human way, piece it together, that the gap between where I am and how I operate and the frequency I hold and where I would likely be met, the gap would be so big that the whole thing would fall flat for me and be very disappointing, which I understand. I get it. I know that the concept in itself is a little limiting when you can also say that the universe is abundant and that there is always somewhere you can go and someone you can play with that is a vibrational match. But we also have to be realistic that most of humanity and the world at large right now is just really not in that place. God is always playing cups. So I get what they were saying. And then what they were also saying was that what I'm actually longing for is home. That the translation through the human experience is that I am looking for that dance, that co-creation, that experience with another or a place, or to bring in new energy and new experiences, that is really just that I'm longing for home. And that once that home is ignited from within me, and it is well underway, that was their words, it's well underway, that will be for many of you as well, that once that is ignited from within, then you take that with you everywhere you go, in all ways, in all forms, with everyone, that you will then always be the God consciousness that is always dancing and experiencing God everywhere and everything. So that's where I'm being guided. That's where some of you are also being guided. That's the point that we are at now, where it's like, we're not going to just placate you and bring in experiences that are just going to fall flat. We are on a trajectory now that once we can reach that point where that is ignited within us, that all of the co-creation and collaboration and the synchronicities and the expansion and the new experiences will all of it will be that expression of God that is coming from within, or source consciousness, however, your own divinity, however it is you want to word it. So if you are also feeling just a little flat, that you are also holding that while the collective goes through their experience and we are participating, anchoring, and holding space for that, but then you're kind of looking for, okay, but where's my piece in this? They're trying to get us to that point where we're home. And then it will be that every single experience, encounter, everything will be synchronistic. Everything will be a co-creation. Everything will be alignment. And there will be no more gap experienced, and there will be no falling flat in our perception of the experience. So it is what it is. We are where we are. Where we are actually is to be celebrated. I'm just feeling like it's just still going on. I nearly put in some F words there, but anyway, I hope that this helps you. That's all I've got for today. Until next time.